Okay, Stardate log entry, whatever. Today is March 11th. So I go to church as always, driving the golf cart. Faith now has a bigger audience. My mom, my birth mother, Lord help us, has come into town. And, obviously yesterday somebody said, hey, is this your mom? Faith has gotten her into town. And so then we have, okay, great, there's a bigger audience. It's another episode, same cycle, lather, rinse, repeat, different Sunday. So I'm driving the golf cart as usual. I cannot believe I'm making this video. And Faith decides to call. No. So I'm sitting next to Patrick, and of course, I say to Patrick, hey, Patrick, here comes Faith with my mother coming into church. You can pretty much bet something's going to happen. So Faith walks into church. We have a new cycle of the safety team, their rotation. And Faith decides, okay, this time we're going to instigate something with Kevin Isaacs. And Kevin being the, good old Southern, take the bait, Faith walks up to I tell Patrick, here she comes. Walks in the door, walks up to Kevin Isaacs. Kevin Isaacs, God bless him. Good old Southern, guy, man, takes the bait, runs with it for all it's worth, I mean, you can't really blame somebody for wanting to have a hero complex or do what's right. But it's the same thing, different week. Same thing, different month. Same story over and over again. So this time she decides to instigate Kevin. Kevin is on the safety team, just like Katie and Jason. Walks in the door. I'm, again, standing next to Patrick on the safety team. I'm like, here she comes. Oh my God, she's got her mother, my mother. She's got her, I guess, ex-fiance, mother-in-law would be the technical term. She's got the ex-fiance's mother-in-law, my mother, my birth mother, aren't fully latched onto the henny penny, woe is me, sky is falling, helter skelter, help me, damsel in distress. Okay. Mom doesn't like my dad. Mom doesn't like me. Mom still thinks and still says, oh my goodness, Brad, you make me sick. Brad, you remind me of your father. Brad, you're just like your dad. And so there's a bond there. Faith and my birth, my own flesh, mother. They are now joined at the hip. Whatever Faith says, Suzanne Truax will. Okay, fine. Suzanne doesn't like my dad. Suzanne has to continually tell Faith whatever she wants to. Faith has to have nightmares about my dad. Faith and Suzanne are now joined at the cognitive hip. In other words, Faith now has a bigger audience. So Faith comes into church, and I've made sure that I'm standing right next to Patrick. Here comes Faith. Walks straight up to Kevin Isaacs. And you can see her over there pointing directly at me. Pointing again directly at me, like arm fully outstretched, pointing directly at me. Obviously, she needs to instigate something new. She needs to instigate something else. Okay, the first 5 or 7 times, she's burned bridges left and right. But this time we have a new safety team, crew, cycle. Same routine, same cycle, same delusions that need to be believed. It sucks saying that. And Kevin, God bless him, takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker. And so I've got, several different people saving me seats at church. And yeah. So I've got several different people saving me seats at church. Hold on. Yeah. So now Kevin does what I would do. What any good old Southern protective male would do. Kevin runs it up the flagpole with the safety team. And, it's the same cycle. Henny penny, woe is me, the sky is falling. This sucks. I've got an audience. Here's Brad's mom. Here is my delusion. And here's Brad, still with the same reality as February, January, December, November, October, September, the last 5 years. Same thing, lather, rinse, repeat. Oh, but this time we got a bigger audience and we got a new safety team. Okay, look, let's tell this safety crew. So, point the finger, point the finger, point the finger, point the finger, instigate, 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 instigate. What I think is interesting is that Faith will never do something on her own. Right? The death threats and the all of it. It's always instigating somebody else to do something. It's always a matter of sucks because it's always a matter of somebody else needs to believe. Somebody believe me, believe my delusion. And what stinks is that there's like not a internal thing that registers that says, yo, you're burning your bridges. Yo, your delusions are setting yourself up in a very bad situation. Your lies that you're telling other people and wanting other people to believe and getting other people to act on, it's really hurting yourself. I want you to know that I forgive you. I don't believe in harboring hate. I don't believe in harboring malice. And I get that's a minority opinion. I don't know what to tell you, Faith. I don't know what to tell the Burleson Police Department. I don't know what to tell everybody at church except to tell the truth. I now, like, the one thing that I have always held to be near and dear and sacred is God, can I just go to church? Well, no. And we kind of saw this coming, but I don't think it's going to play out. It's going to play out the same way that the other times. Every other time, it's the same thing. It's a matter of, let's find somebody to believe my delusion. I cannot tell the truth. I must, get somebody on board with my lie. I mean, hook, line, and sinker. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's the safety team. It doesn't matter if it's Katie Reams, Adrian Snell, Lowe's, Argumentas, whatever her last name is this year. It doesn't matter if it's the Burleson Police Department. It doesn't matter who it is. I must get somebody to instigate and act on and believe my delusions. Okay, so now I'm no longer allowed to come to Pathway Church. Faith has instigated for somebody on the safety team to, I don't know what the actual file charge is, whatever, trespassing. So now I can no longer attend Pathway Church. 17 years. Actually, think about it. I think I've been inside St. Matthew, Pathway Church, since the nursing home was across the street. Since second, third grade. The one thing, oh my God, the one thing that I can always find just peace in is going to church. Now she's taken that away. Look, Burleson Police Department, Sunday school teachers, Kevin Isaacs, anybody on the safety team, everybody on the safety team, whatever rotation you're on, church staff, Rick, anybody in the community. Please understand that faith will not stop. From day one, I've said, please help her, encourage her to get help. That's been my cry from day one. And it still is. Apparently I need to take, I do need to follow up with, people's advice to file something legal, I guess. But my problem is, why do I have to be painted into that corner? I mean, why do I have to be put in that situation? I have to either tell the truth at some point I want to say it's a matter of me telling the truth, or it's a matter of me living with delusions. However, it's bigger than me having to live with her delusions. It's a matter of the Burleson Police Department continually having to be called out again and again and again and again for whatever she decides to conjure up. If she watches something on the 6 o'clock news, surely that's going to happen to me. I need to call the police. No, ma'am. That's your delusion. You don't have a right to call the police. But what happens is the police come out. They don't know any better, right? And I would expect them to. I expected them to, come out with Jan Griffin with any other situation. But I also anticipate most people having a normal sense of, this is real. This is not real. This is real. This is a delusion. This is real. This is a flashback from your past. This is real. This is a PTSD episode, delusional, lie, false, reality, whatever. Deal with it. Forgive. Get help. Seek therapy. Check into rehab. Go see a psychiatrist. Something. You don't have the right to keep instigating to the Burleson Police Department, to the Sunday school teachers, to the people at Pathway, to, I guess, anybody that will listen. You don't have the right to keep instigating and asking them to, bite off your delusions hook, line, and sinker. That's not okay. And what's crappy is that some people with a full picture, like the big, not gender-based cognitive bias, like people with a full understanding, are really getting tired of faith taking resources from a nonprofit, from a church, from a community program, from housing, from finances, from time, from the Burleson Police Department, from the church, from social media, henny penny, woe is me, I need you. People are tired of it. And the big fear there is when a woman gets served divorce papers, like the social norm is, oh my goodness, A dude got served with divorce papers. Oh, I tried to break up with him. Oh, I'm trying to. Ma'am, please stop. The reality here is you were asked to go to counseling, and that started, or that, like, I can't even bring myself to say it, but that triggered your relentless, vicious, oh my God, can you not stop? No, she can't. I'm just saying, honest to God, she can't. That triggered the relentless desire to get people to, and it's a game. We figured out that it is a game where she does keep score. She does keep track of what people she can get on her side. She does keep track of who, just like Kevin Isaacs, can she get Adrian Snell, Lowe's, Argumentas, whatever her last name is this year, on her side? Okay, then let's sell our delusion to her. Can we get Katie Reams, Cannolis, whatever her last name is? Can we get Katie to bite off this delusion? Absolutely. Then let's run every Henny Penny episode of The Sky is Falling through these people. So Sunday, what's March 11th? What's today? Yeah, Sunday, March 11th. Driving the golf cart, come in after we get that 10:30, 10, whatever it is, 10:25. People in, I'm standing next to Patrick. I said, oh, no, it's after, it's the gap there, right before the 10:30 service starts. I guess around 10-ish, I would say. Didn't look at the clock. And I'm standing there next to Patrick in the foyer. I say, oh, Patrick, look, here comes Faith with my mother. I can almost guarantee you that something's going to happen. Patrick, being the great guy that he is, attempts to say, hey, look, don't make eye contact. Talks about my glasses. And of course, I know that I know, a lot of other people do, that something's about to happen. She's gonna start something. She's gotten my mother, of all people, my own mother. She's got my mother to come to church with her, but get the story, hook, line, and sinker. Mom doesn't like my dad. Mom continually projects all of the hurt that my dad did onto her. Brad, you make me sick. Brad, you remind me of your father. Brad, blah, 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 blah. And Suzanne, of course, throughout the years, has always enabled Faith with any dialect, any rhetoric, any dialogue about my dad projected onto me to Faith. Okay, fine. So here they come walking into church, and I say, Patrick, oh God, here they come. Something's going to happen. And sure enough, it does. So Faith walked into church and immediately walks over to Kevin Isaacs, and you can just see Faith. And I'm like, oh God, what is she doing now? She's staring right at me and you, Patrick. She's pointing her finger. She's telling Kevin, oh God, now Kevin's calling one of the other safety team members over there. Okay, there comes Casey, big boy. You know, and that is what she continually feeds off of, is I know that I can play these people in my favor. I can convince, I can persuade. Don't get me wrong, I fell for it too. But what's the right word? Intoxicating, almost. So Faith knows that she can like hypnotize or let's just say persuade. So Faith knows that, okay, wait a minute. I burned my bridge over here with this safety team, this safety rotation team, with these people. Here's a fresh set of eyes. Here's Kevin. And Kevin is going to be what I or anybody else, a guy, would normally do is, you know, and it's the same thing that I did, you know, 6 years ago whenever she started, you know, the whole rhetoric of I'm being abused, I'm in danger, you know, all this stuff. I helped her pave a way to get out of that relationship, come to Burleson, make a clean break. I fell for it too. Let's just be honest. I don't fault or I don't have any vicious or malice, is that the right word? Towards anybody else that falls for it. I don't. Mainly because empathy here, I did it too. You know, any Burleson Police Department dudette is going to, like anybody that watches the 6 o'clock news, reads blogosphere of Facebook, of the articles, of the whatever, they're going to believe Faith, right? So I don't have any malice or ill intent to anybody that does that. None at all. Hold on. Trespassing if I come to church. But now I'm apparently trespassing if I come to church. There we go. Voice dictation is awesome. I don't fault anybody for, and I don't have any malice for anybody that falls for, you know, and bites off the, Faith knows that. Faith plays on that. Faith, today's culture, society, whatever, I don't really like to do those because I think everything comes down to an individual level of choice. And it really does. So Faith knows that she can play Isaac. You know, she can say the level of convincing persuasiveness, intoxicating, it's almost like a seduction. It's really icky, creepy, weird. This level of seduction and intoxicating persuasion, she knows that Kevin's going to fall for it. Anybody would. The only problem is, it's not true. And now I'm faced with, apparently I'm trespassing if I go back to Pathway. Great. So once again, it's the same thing as she's going to instigate with somebody else. She's not going to do anything herself. She has no problem instigating that, you know, what was the guy's name? the what's his name, and Katie should come burn me with kerosene from a super soaker. Huh? Brad, that sounds so specific that I don't think you're making that up. Well, no. That's just the reality of the death threats that I have to live with. What was the guy's name? I forgot. We can look it up and see, but whatever his name is. It's sad to say that death threats get old. Just the realization of, yeah, death threats. That's called Tuesday. Like, Brad, the fact that that just came out of your mouth as, that should say something about Faith's level of persuasiveness right there. Just the fact that I could even say, oh yeah, death threats? Yeah, I've already got those. Yeah, that's old. I should alert some people into the level of ruthlessness that this goes on to. I really wish that at some point, I mean, she's already done what she's done at Pathway, so okay, I can't go there anymore. But I'm really ready to come forward and just say, I'm sorry, but enough is enough. Isn't that a hash brown? I think that's a hash brown. Time is up. Enough's enough. Or whatever the hash brown of the tweeters, of the Spacebook, of the whatever is. It's old. Now you've taken away the one thing. I can't even go to church anymore. Been going to the same stinking church for who knows how long. Well, of course, Brad. Of course, Burleson Police Department. Of course, safety team members. Yes, Sunday school leaders. Yes, whomever else she's going to message, Facebook chat, text message, whatever next. You know, that is her, that's her goal. 24/7 is to get somebody on board with the lie. And to her, it's not a lie. That's why I've said from day one she needs help. Please encourage her to get help. Please encourage her to get rehab, therapy, something. This past, I don't want to live in the shadow of it. These delusions, everything from, my kids are going to be kidnapped. Wooly, wooly, wooly. Ma'am, your kids are not going to be, what was the, oh, for like the fourth time. The fourth time. Yeah, the fourth time. Ma'am, I'm sorry, your kids are not going to be kidnapped or abducted. Feel free to keep running that cycle. Nobody's going to kidnap or abduct. Alexis, Aubrey, and Caitlin are still safe. Feel free to fill their heads with some delusion. Feel free to get other people to, your delusion is not reality. Can you please stop? Well, of course you can't stop. You've got a delusion and you've got reality. Reality says, wait a minute, this guy has GPS on his phone. This guy is fully transparent. This perspective of the story is fully congruent with what you and I would see as reality. However, what Faith sees as reality obviously isn't real, but it's a delusion that she has to promote to other people. Does she want Jason Conway, her first ex-husband, to be dead? Yes. Brad, no way. Yes, absolutely. From 6 years ago, still today, she still thinks that, you know, God. Do I really need to make, like, piece all of this together and get, like, legal action against her? This sucks. What dude ever wants to take actual legal action against what people perceive to be Sally Susie victim soccer mom? I don't want to, but damn. Can you stop the death threats? Apparently nothing registers to her. That's not okay, ma'am. Stop doing it. Faith, can you please stop instigating something with the Burleson Police Department? At some point, they're going to keep coming out, and they're going to keep coming out. It's going to continually be public record. It's going to keep going. You're burning your bridges. You're showing everybody your own cognitive integrity, I guess. Is that a word? You know, no matter what you do, everybody can see that you're pushing a story, an agenda, a perspective that is not real. Well, woolly bully, woe is me, the sky is falling. Okay. Call the police 50 times. Please, they're wearing microphones. They've got cameras. At some point, do you realize you're digging yourself in a hole? No. Why is there not something internal that says, like cognitively, why is there not something internal that says, gosh, I should stop? That's the terrifying part. That's the part that really scares me and really has me concerned, and has a lot of other people, and a lot of other people get pissed at it. But with grace, with empathy, understand that she's not going to stop. She in and of herself cannot stop. She's painted herself into a certain victim demographic, right? If somebody says, ma'am, we're sorry, the sky is not falling, your kids are not going to be abducted. I mean, not that there's, I need to take legal action. Ma'am, your kids are not going to be abducted. Ma'am, Brad has not had an affair. Ma'am, you need to stop with the defamation. Ma'am, you don't have a right to instigate. That everybody on the safety team must take away from the whole church's safety and be dedicated straight to your delusion. Here it is. Henny penny. What was me? Everybody on the safety team. There's a whole church that they are providing safety and security for. You don't have a right. You have the right. It's not the right thing to do to continually take away from them everybody else's safety and security because you need your delusion to somehow become true. As long as Brad exists, the truth is there. As long as police have these little, like the same thing that you and I have, these little, whoop, that's a camera. Things are recorded. The church has cameras. The police are wearing microphones. So even, unless they turned it off. So this episode from March 11th, today, is going to be recorded. Okay, great. So you've taken away the one thing that, right, you've gotten Kevin or the safety team to bite off the next illusion, the next story. I've told, people have been very superficial. Maybe that's the right word. People have been very superficial with thinking, hey, Brad, this will pass. I'm sure she'll stop. After you file your divorce, just give it a couple of months and it'll go away. Yeah. Because I'm sitting here with the reality of, no, it won't. You understand. No, they don't. But do you understand that she's been stalking the first ex-husband for 6? Okay, wait, let's back up. First of all, she wants the first ex-husband dead. That should set off red flags right there. That should set off red flags right there in and of itself. I think this is why I should finally just stop being quiet and come forward. She wants the first ex-husband dead. Let's make sure that's clear. Second, after Brad, the same guy that she's now relentlessly, ruthlessly, viciously attacking, after I helped her get away from that situation, that relationship, and I guess I can go into this later, but there's a social intervention of false beliefs that somebody in a cult has been exposed to. After that happens, Faith is now coming after me. Awesomeness. I am now in the crosshairs of the same ruthlessness that was going after Jason Conaway and Jeremiah Glosser for the last 2 years. Oh my goodness, Brad, would you believe who Jeremiah is dating? Jeremiah's back with Rachel. Surely I must find Rachel on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Insta, Tweeterville, GramTube, whatever. And it's her own brother. I need to make sure that I ruin, God, purposefully, intentionally, with intent, with malice, with a strategic plan. This isn't like, oh, it'll go. This isn't like it'll go away. I must ruthlessly find Jeremiah Glosser's next girlfriend. And do what, Faith? And tell her everything bad about Jeremiah. Really? And then when did I buy her plane tickets to go see them? Was it 2 Christmases ago, I guess? I guess it was. I don't remember. But then, like, you go and you just are, like, so persuasively charismatic around, Rachel and Elizabeth and Jeremiah. Uh-huh. Wow. But then when you get home, or away from the public eye, it's still a matter of let's be persuasively intoxicating, like face to face. But internally, the same person is ruthlessly, relentlessly stalking Jeremiah Glosser, Jeremiah Glosser's girlfriend, Jeremiah Glosser Church, Jeremiah Glosser. I mean, the day I clicked Control H and looked at the browsing history was a day that I will still makes my bunghole pucker. It still makes my taint hairs are standing on end right now because I know that I am now in those crosshairs. Jason Conaway, the first ex-husband, Jason Conaway's girlfriend, Jason Conaway's church, Jason Conaway County, Jason Conaway, the team that he's coaching, Jason Conaway work. And the initial, like, superficial thought was, oh, well, it's because he owes child support. It's because he owes alimony. But then you start to listen, like in the evenings when we would attempt to have, relationship time after Caitlin would sleep, it was, would you believe who Jason's dating now? No, Faith, I really don't care. No, so who's he dating, honey? Oh, well, he's dating this one girl, and I found her on Facebook, and then they go to this church, and I found... Okay, well... thought we were supposed to be talking about... This is our time. Shut off Facebook, shut off the computer. Have us time... Okay. So you've relentlessly stalked Jason Conaway, found his next girlfriend, found his work, found his team, found his whatever. Okay, great. It never really occurred to me how terrifying, how relentless and how ruthless and how scary that is. She has to instigate something with anybody or any. It doesn't matter if it's like. It doesn't matter if it's the Burleson Police Department. It doesn't matter if it's the Sunday school teacher. It doesn't matter if it's the safety team. It doesn't matter if it's my own family. It doesn't matter if it's her own family. It doesn't matter if it's her first ex-husband's family. Somebody enable her delusions. Anybody possible with a Spacebook, with a Insta Tweeterville Graham, with a Google, anybody with an internet, please enable her delusions. And then, of course, local people, ask her, hey, Faith, what's going on? Hey, Faith, what happened? Hey, Faith, and they take screenshots of her replies, and they take screenshots of her text message, Facebook chats, Facebook posts, death threats, whatever. And of course, I got her blocked still since September. And, the next thing you know, it's, Brad, you might want to start parking your Suburban in the house. Why? Well, because she's gonna... Oh, God. Hey, Brad, you might want to get one of those Nest cameras or one of those... which one? I got the Amazon one. Whatever it is. You might want to get one of those for your front porch. Why? Well, because, she's going to have somebody instigate something else. Oh, God. So now, here it is, March 11th. Now she's instigated and taken away the last, I'm not saying it's the last straw, but this is the last straw of me being quiet. Wooly bully, wooly bully, it's the last straw. Let's have helter skelter, henny penny, sky is falling, whatever. No. Brad's still not going to do anything. Brad's still not going to be malicious, not going to hold. I don't know how you do it. Brad's still not going to harbor hurt. Brad's still not going to do anything vindictive, ruthlessly off the mother freaking wall. But now I can't even go to church. Okay, yeah, this is, what's the hash brown? Enough's enough, time's up, whatever. Brad, let me tell you something. You cannot lash onto that hash brown. That's only reserved for people with the feminine side. You cannot. Look, I'm done. Enough is enough. Time is up. This is old. I'm going to go backwards. I guess to the beginning. And just have to document and write everything up. There's literally, can you find an app to export all of her text messages? Absolutely. Can you export all of the text messages? Sure. And I can continually share and be 1,000% transparent. Here's the problem. One of these two people, can be 100% transparent. The other person can't, right? So I can let's see if you can see that. I can continually share my location with everybody at the Burleson Police Department, and they will continually be called they will continually be instigated from Faith, right? But the same cycle is going to continue. Faith is going to call, say something. Oh, wait. Faith will not call. She will instigate somebody to call. That's the problem. It's not really it is a problem, but it's not. Faith knows that she knows the words to say, she knows when to say them, and she keeps track of who to say them to and who to not say them to. At some point, I can basically anticipate a swatting, her to call the police for, I don't know, I don't even know how to make up an. How do you make up an example? What's next? If I'm driving by a school, she'll instigate somebody to call the police for who, I don't know what. God help us. If I you've already got Katie that instigates. Brad's following me. Oh, henny penny, helter skelter. The sky is falling. Somebody believe me. Ma'am, Katie, you realize that when you did that and you decided to contact somebody at church, that person has my GPS, my real-time location. They can call me on video and verify it. This whole routine, it falls through the cracks consistently. I mean, just like today's episode, dude comes in and I'm looking for the people that saved me a seat. Poor guy. He comes in and he says, so, from what I understand, you're not supposed to be at the service? What? And you can tell that the guy is very, you know, he's, the word is not intoxicated, but he's been intoxicated. I don't know what the right word is. You can tell the guy is obviously filled with whatever fate has decided to sell to him. And the guy comes in, you're not supposed to be at this service? Is that what I understand? Me? Yeah. Apparently, apparently, you're not supposed to be at the service. Is that right? No. That's not been. Where are you? Where are you getting this from? Listen, I need you to come out to the lobby. Let's come out to the welcome center. Okay. Sure, no problem. Go out to the welcome center, and sure enough, there's Casey, and they decide to call the Burleson Police Department based on faith and her rhetoric and her delusion and her dialogue and her gotcha. You know, if she can find a rope-a-dope to sell you oceanfront property in Arizona, she's going to. It doesn't matter if it's the Burleson Police, somebody at church, somebody in the community, a Sunday school teacher, a safety team member, or anybody else. If she can find somebody to, and she will continue to forever, as long as you've got the truth and you've got a delusion, as long as those two exist, those are going to cause conflict. Okay, they don't, like, they can't coexist, right? Oh, we had to call the police and it was horrible. The police came out and they had to arrest Brad. And let me tell you, ma'am, you understand that episode from September, what was it, September 16th? That's public record. Everybody that's seen that so far, he's kind of burned a bridge with. You can call the police as many times as you want. I encourage the police getting called, believe it or not. Because unless they blatantly turned it off for whatever reason, they're going to have one of these attached right about there. They've got a camera. Unless they blatantly turned it off for whatever reason, see that little lens right there? They have one right about there. Again, unless they have blatantly, for whatever reason, decided to turn it off. Just like the September episode, it's recorded. So now we're going to pull open record requests and the recordings, and again, it's burning bridges. I don't understand what I don't understand the desire to continually, well, I kind of do. It's based on a delusion. It's based on a delusion, and it's based on the understanding of a false belief, right? I think this is, surely I think that I can continually incite, instigate, spark other people to do something based on my delusion, and then Brad will get, shot, burned, die, get arrested, or something. But it continually bites her in the butt, and I'm like, dude, can I just go to church? Oh, well, we need you to come out here to the Welcome Center. Oh, God, what now? Okay, fine. Okay, so I'm not ever allowed to go to Pathway again according to what Faith has instigated. All right, fine. Here's the problem, though. I've said this to people over and over again. It's not going to stop. It is a delusional psychosis that needs actual intervention. Well, I'm sure she would never. Yes, she will. I need to go mow the yard. I want to get on with my life. People at church deserve to have a safety team that is keeping the whole church safe. Not just running after Faith's next delusion or Katie's next drama episode or Adrian's next drama episode. Likewise, I'd like to go mow the yard. I don't want to sit here and wonder, okay, who's going to come into the house next? Oh, good. Faith is going to have her and 8 other people with weapons, with guns. Let's come into the house. Faith is going to have anybody, what was the guy's name? Faith is going to have any of her right-wing nut jobs instigate to them that they come here and kill me with whatever, kerosene. How do you get, whatever. Okay, fine. It's not fine, but just the fact that just the fact that the death threats are so old, that's just jacked up. How does one come to a place in their life where they say, death threats? Oh, that's called Tuesday. I'm going to go eat lunch now. You get to a point in your life where you say, oh my God, the death threats. Oh yeah. Yeah, sure, no problem. Woo, Lord. Brad, you've got to file something legally. Just the fact that, yeah, I need to file something. Wow. And what sucks is that in filing something, you're going to have a deposition. You're going to have to you're going to have to subpoena people. You're going to have to subpoena records. Shit that nobody wants to come out is going to come out. Not just with Kevin Isaacs, but with the church, with other people, with Woo! Enough's enough. Time's up. Hash brown, whatever. Hashtag of the hash brown of the. I need to go mow the yard. I'd like to continue living my life. I'd kind of like to not be burned, or shot, or chased out of church, or somebody instigate. He's following me in his Suburban, or the kids are going to be abducted, or who the hell knows what's next. I'm going to go mow the yard, and I'm going to go to the gym. maybe I can possibly go to the rec center and not get kicked out. I'm starting to get the feeling that I should be a bit more proactive and public with what's going on. Because instead of somebody having to be reactive, my silence helps no one. Somebody told me that a couple weeks ago, and I'm starting to understand how it's playing out. I'm really starting to understand that importance. Me being silent really does no one any good. I need to be more public, continue to be transparent, and be more proactive. I'd like to drive down the road without the, some police department being instigated. But I would expect them to follow up with something. The problem is you can't, I guess you can attempt to, but you can't stop the other person from igniting the fire, Wow, igniting the fire. I could do a whole video on that. It's like, okay, but I won't. It's like somebody lights a match, and somebody has a lighter, they light a fire. Wow, that's effing scary. It's like they light a fire and then say, oh, he started it. What, these matches? No, they're not mine. He started it. What, this kindling right here? No, it's not mine. He started it. What, this gasoline right here that I just poured on the fire? No, it's not mine. He started it. You start to really understand. Ooh, that's terrifying. To know that if I leave the house, Faith can, something's missing, something's off, something's not firing correctly. I don't know what the correct term is, but to know that if I leave the house, she'll instigate other people to come in here and just clean out the house. If I go to that gym, the gym I've already been kicked, the other gym I've already been kicked out of because of her instigating. Can I go to the rec center? Well, no, at some point, you can anticipate she's going to, I just need to be proactive and I'd like to not be dead. Kind of like for that to not happen, the whole, maybe I should. Maybe I should just say, hey, look, Faith, let's get this resolved, okay? You've already taken away family, right? Aubrey, Alexis, and Caitlin, you're already instigating fear into them. You've taken away the one thing that I live, breathe, and die for, and every waking moment is about family. You've already taken that away. That's what I was living for. It's what I work for. That's what I pray for. That's what I make money for. That's what I allocate time for is family. That you've taken that away. Why don't you just instigate somebody to just flat out kill me? Brad, did you just... Yes, look, let's just... Look, either shut the hell up, Brad. No, wait, look. Let's just get this resolved because you're not going to stop, okay? It's going to continue next week. If I go to a different church, you're going to find out what church, just like you stalked Jeremiah, just like you stalked Jason. Okay, fine. It's going to continue. Either kill me or shut up. Honest to God. Go get help, check into rehab, see a psychiatrist, psychologist, see a therapist. You're burning your own bridges here. You're making, like, it's not helping you. Obviously, it's not helping me. You're doing damage to the girls. It doesn't matter. It's within the home. You've got a hoo-ha and a minivan. Everyone's going to believe you, especially when you have a journal of other people's stories and you know what to say. You rehearse what to say. You keep it cycling in your delusional head enough times that you've got it down. Great. We get it. So let's move on. I want to go live my life. I don't want to have to live with the shadows of your hurt, your delusions, your crap, your lies, your past. I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. You've taken away the church. You've taken away the family. Freaking kill me or shut up. Honest to God, Faith, quit instigating somebody else to do it. You hope the police will come and either pull a swatting maneuver, or you want to instigate that Katie will get her husband to come, or somebody will come. Let's get a gun. Let's get Faith a gun. Let's burn Brad with kerosene. And why a super soaker? I don't get it. If you're going to come burn me, just burn all of it and just be done. Why do you get is it like a big super soaker or like one of the little ones? Like, what kind of super soaker is it, Faith? What? Never mind. Either do it or shut up. Honest to God. I'm going to go mow the yard. Either get help, or, which, okay, I get that's not going to, but it's not going to happen. Okay, fine. I'm going to extend grace, mercy, and empathy and say it could. This is not the environment, the society, the Smallville southern suburb enable the delusions, or choose courage to get help. Okay, yeah, we all know which one's going to happen. Okay, fine. At some point, this has to be done. Done. Stop. Quit. You've taken away now everything. Like, the only thing literally I have left is a pulse. Either shut up or get help. Forget about apologizing. Forget about reconciliation. Forget about backtracking. It's already done and over with. You can't really do that. There's no level of, like, when the voice is so loud and the megaphone of your delusional message gets amplified so much. Look, you, me, everybody in the world that's not enabling understands that you can't backtrack. It's impossible. Nobody else wants to, nobody at church, nobody in the community, nobody in society, nobody anywhere wants to continually, I don't, most of all. Sorry. I don't want to continually live with your delusions. Period. I will publicly, privately, everything else ask you, what is it going to? What is it you want? What is it going to take for you to resolve this? If you're not going to get help, you don't want to tell the truth, you want to enable, you want to instigate, you want people to believe you, fine. Let's all sit down with the police department, with people at church. Either kill me, shoot me, burn me, whatever you want, or shut up. Let it be done. Honest to God, let it be done and over with. Move on. Forgive. You don't want to forgive your past? You want to use that delusion and project it onto somebody else? No. Nobody's going to abduct your kids. That was in the cult. That's not me. No one's going to judge you if you tell the truth. That's the cult. People are going to follow up if you lie. In the real world, you're going to burn bridges. If you decide to never get any kind of help, treatment, therapy between the delusion and reality, that's fine. Nobody can force you to. Nobody's controlling you. He's so Nobody is controlling you. Still to this day, no one is coercing, manipulating. You're not under duress. You're not under any stress. This is not the cult. If you don't get that, if you don't see that, if you choose not to understand that, that's not my problem. I'm done. I'm done being quiet. I'm going to go to another church now. I guess I can't go to Pathway anymore. I'm going to go to another church. Anybody with a common sense of burnt toast can pretty much understand that you're going, based on what you've done, just saying, based on what you've done, you're going to pursue following up with what church is Brad going to next. I must send them a message. I must find them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Graham, whatever. Oh, God. Look, be done with it. Be done. What is it? I want to know what it's going to take for you to finally just be done. Be done. What is it going to take for you to stop? I need to go on living my life. I need to go mow the yard. The neighbors are, well, they're, if the smell is anything, maybe the neighbors have a few baked brain cells. But I'd like to go mow the yard without the neighbors calling the police because they're terrified that their kid is outside and there's Brad. Oh, God, Faith. I'd like to go to H-E-B. I'd like to go get groceries. I'd like to go to the gym. I'd like to continue my life. What is it going to take? Just tell me, tell everybody, tell anybody, what is it going to take for this to stop? Okay? What's it going to take for this to stop? Love you, sister in Christ. Not as a wife, not as a mother, not as an ex-fiance. I forgive. I'll say this to your face, behind your back, to anybody and anybody who wants to listen. My forgiveness is more than your pain. Faith, let me say that again. I've been on the mentally healthy, cognitively realistic, this is how life works. I've been on this train for a lot longer than you have. I've practiced and had the opportunity, even with Suzanne, even with my dad, with a lot of people, even with people at church, I can love more than you can hurt. I can love a lot more than you can hurt me. And I know that might be with empathy, with grace, with mercy, with understanding, with forgiveness. I get that that might be a foreign, totally abstract, uncomprehendable concept based on the cult, based on how you were raised as a child, from birth, actually. From birth to being a toddler, to being a young adult, to being married to the guy in the cult. That's 35 years. You've been given a path to get out of the cult. I assumed it was because you wanted to leave that life behind. I was wrong. Obviously. I was wrong. I was wrong to ever believe that you, whenever you accepted the engagement ring and you accepted the proposal in front of Caitlin, in front of Alexis, in front of Aubrey, I don't think in my heart that I was wrong to propose to you. But looking back now, I was wrong to believe you when you said yes. I get that. Some people don't. You're always going to find somebody to bite off. Whatever lie, delusion, flashback, episode, story, you're always going to find somebody to believe you. But don't let it be at my expense, please. If you want to hurt the girls, I can almost guarantee you that with your level of persuasiveness, you're going to get away with it. Please leave me alone. As much as it hurts me to see you manipulate my own mother, those girls, people at church, people in the community, relentlessly pursue jacking with other people's lives and hurting them, can I please just ask you, what is it going to take for you to stop? I think that's a good ending point. Faith, let's be honest. What is it going to take for you to stop?